You're under arrest.
Arrest? I don't feel like I'm under arrest. How about you, Brian?
Nah, not a bit. Not even a little bit.
I'll just give it a minute. It'll sink in. You turn around and put your hands behind your back.
I don't think so.
Your mistake is thinking you've got a goddamn choice, boy.
Your mistake? Thinking you're in America. You're a long way from home. This is Brazil.
Imagine a film so electrifying that it didn't just entertain, it transformed a franchise. That's exactly what Fast 5 did. When this fifth installment hit theaters in 2011, it wasn't just another street racing movie. It was a seismic shift. Suddenly, the Fast and Furious series went from being a niche car culture phenomenon to a global action blockbuster sensation. The film combined jaw-dropping stunts, a charismatic ensemble cast, a clever heist plot, and a globe-trotting spectacle, creating a recipe for success that would shape the franchise for years to come. It's like Ocean's 11 meets The Avengers, the strategic, high-stakes planning of a classic heist with the larger-than-life spectacle of a superhero blockbuster. For many fans, this is the movie that made Fast and Furious a household name, proving that fast cars were just the starting line for an unstoppable cinematic engine.
Money will come and go. We know that. But the most important thing in life will always be the people in this room. Right here. Right now. Salute me, familia. Salute.
The earlier Fast and Furious movies had a devoted following, but their appeal was largely tied to car culture, racing, tuning, and underground street life. While these elements were exciting, they had limits when it came to broader mainstream appeal. Fast 5 changed all that. Director Justin Lin, returning after Tokyo Drift, made a conscious decision to elevate the stakes. The film replaced much of the racing focus with a high-stakes heist narrative, providing an adrenaline rush that could captivate car enthusiasts and general action fans alike. The transition worked brilliantly. The street cred was maintained, but the story now had a wider, more universal appeal.
I got 100,000 says I can take you all in the next quarter mile.
Yeah, your broke ass has got 100 grand.
We pull off this job, I will. The next 2 lights, 100,000.
We don't pull this job off, we're probably dead anyway. Let's make it $1 million.
I like that. All right, $1 million quarter mile.
All right then.
Only live once. Let's do it.
What do you say, Don?
We talking or we racing?
Just don't cheat this time.
Gotta let that go. Good race, O'Connor.
Thanks, Don. You know how long I've been waiting for that shit?
I told you didn't see it.
The man right there, he let off the throttle at the line. You didn't do nothing. He let you in.
From the moment the film opens in the favelas of Rio de Janeiro, it signals that this is a new era for the franchise. The city itself becomes a character, vibrant, chaotic, and alive, setting the stage for the audacious police station vault heist that forms the film's centerpiece. Unlike simple street races, these set pieces blend scale, danger, and creativity. For instance, the sequence where the crew steals a vault and drags it through the city while evading police and helicopters is cinematic showmanship at its finest. It's inventive, thrilling, and manages to feel grounded enough for the audience to stay invested in the tension. Every turn of the wheel, every near miss, keeps the stakes high, and it's impossible not to be drawn into the energy of the chase. But this cool sequence does beg the question, does vibranium exist in the Fast and Furious universe? What do you make a car out of that can do that? Early in the film, the crew pulls off another thrilling stunt that immediately sets the tone. The train car heist. Dom and a team we later learn works for Reyes, the corrupt businessman and drug lord, leap onto a moving freight train to steal valuable cars, carefully timing their moves as the train barrels forward. The scene is intense, fast-paced and requires precise coordination, with each maneuver executed flawlessly. It's visually exciting and full of suspense, and it perfectly demonstrates how Fast 5 blends inventive stunts with high-energy action, making the scene pretty unforgettable. Scenes like this establish right from the start that this isn't just street racing, it's full-scale, high-octane action on a global scale. But did Dom secretly turn into some sort of Marvel action hero? He takes a crowbar hit that barely phases him, while later him and Hobbs throw each other through windows without damage. Maybe we'll get a Fast and Furious vs. Marvel spin-off someday. One of the biggest reasons Fast 5 works is its action design. The stunts are jaw-dropping, cinematic, and meticulously crafted to feel both larger than life and believable. Unlike many action films that rely on quick cuts or shaky cameras to hide weak choreography, this film gives the audience room to fully appreciate the spectacle.
I think I'm in love.
That was real solid work. I think camera 3 still caught you, though.
Let's do it again.
Cars crash, flip, and surge through Rio's streets with a physicality that feels authentic, while every stunt and movement is deliberate, creating a rhythm that draws viewers in without overwhelming them. Even moments that seem impossible, like 2 Dodge Chargers towing a massive vault through the city, retain visceral weight. Justin Lin's direction emphasizes continuity and spatial awareness, balancing spectacle with readability and turning each stunt into a suspenseful, cinematic event rather than mere chaos. But action alone does not make a blockbuster memorable. The heart of Fast 5 lies in its characters. Returning stars Vin Diesel and Paul Walker bring magnetic energy to their roles as Dominic Toretto and Brian O'Connor. Their dynamic, anchored in trust, loyalty, and a complicated shared history, offers emotional stakes that complement the physical ones.
I remember everything about my father. Everything.
That's just it. I don't remember shit about my dad. I don't remember, just... He's just never there.
You ain't gonna be like that, Brian.
For the first time in the series, the ensemble cast feels fully realized, with each character contributing to the story in meaningful ways, rather than just being there for a few scenes.
So how long were you in the Army? The gun you pulled the other day was a Jericho 941. If I'm wrecking the slide, that was straight up Mossad.
I got out of the military probably at the same time you quit smoking. The amount of chips you eat, the way you always have to keep your hands and mouth busy. You were a 2-pack-a-day man for sure.
Well, this is a bust. Not gonna be able to get his fingerprints out here. Need to do some more recon. Call in a couple extra guys.
Or you don't send a man to do a woman's job.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's introduction as Luke Hobbs adds another dimension. Hobbs is a relentless force of law enforcement, but he's also capable of humor, respect, and surprising moments of empathy, providing a counterbalance to the crew's morally flexible antics.
All right, listen up. The men we're after are professional runners. They like speed and guaranteed to go down the hardest possible way, so make sure you got your underwear on. We find them, we take them as a team, and we bring them back. And above all else, we don't ever let them get in the cars. Crime scene's 10 hours old and counting, men. Let's go hunt.
The interactions among the characters are entertaining, emotional, and at times even heartwarming. Whether it's the camaraderie during planning sessions, or the tense, high-pressure exchanges in the middle of the heists, the audience becomes invested, not just in the success of the job, but in the people pulling it off. It's this balance of character-driven storytelling and kinetic action that makes the film so compelling and memorable. The heist plot is another key element that sets this film apart. Unlike the simple, linear storylines of earlier entries, Fast 5 introduces layers of complexity and sophistication. The crew isn't just stealing money, they're taking on corrupt officials, navigating international law enforcement, and balancing personal stakes. The moral ambiguity adds depth. The characters are criminals, yes, but the audience is encouraged to root for them because they're up against truly villainous figures. The classic underdog struggle. The film also introduces clever planning sequences, tension-filled setups, and unexpected twists. These elements borrow from classic heist cinema while maintaining the franchise's high-octane DNA. The heist becomes more than a spectacle. It drives the narrative, keeps the story moving and engaging. For audiences, this transforms what could have been a simple action movie into a gripping story of strategy, loyalty, and risk. Fast 5 benefits from a strong visual style that captures the vibrancy of Rio de Janeiro, contrasting the city's colorful streets with the intensity of the heist. Wide shots convey scale, while fully framed close-ups maintain emotional intimacy, balancing spectacle with character moments so the audience never loses track of who drives the action. The visual world building extends beyond geography, establishing the franchise's global scope and hinting at the international operations and criminal networks that would become central in later installments. By expanding beyond Los Angeles street culture, the Fast and Furious universe evolves into a playground for grand, worldwide adventures, giving the series a sense of ambition and potential. Perhaps the most important legacy of Fast 5 is how it transformed the franchise. Before this film, the series had moderate success and was seen as a niche action series. But Fast 5 proved that it could appeal to a wide audience by balancing intense action, ensemble dynamics, and a compelling narrative. It set the blueprint for future installments. Larger-than-life stunts, globe-trotting adventures, heist-style plots, and a focus on family and loyalty became core themes, while the introduction of characters like Hobbs evolved into major story arcs. Beyond box office success, the film had a cultural impact, solidifying the concept of found family in action cinema and showcasing inclusive, multicultural casting within a global criminal network. Its worldwide settings and ensemble approach reflected a modern, interconnected world, giving audiences across different countries characters and adventures they could relate to and enjoy. In essence, Fast 5 is more than just an action movie. It's the film that transformed a franchise. By elevating the stakes from street racing to international heists, combining thrilling stunts with genuine character depth, and expanding the series' scope, it proved that Fast and Furious could be a global cultural phenomenon. Its legacy is felt in every subsequent installment. Bigger stunts, more complex heists, diverse and charismatic ensembles, and the recurring themes of loyalty, family, and daring adventure. For fans old and new, this movie isn't just a thrill ride, it's the turning point that made the Fast and Furious series a worldwide sensation. Whether you watch it for the cars, the action, or the ensemble drama, there's no denying that Fast 5 is a masterclass in blockbuster filmmaking. The movie that truly made the franchise go big time.
You know, I want another shot.
Yeah?
Yeah. No wagers, nobody else, just you and me once and for all.
Huh. You sure you can handle the disappointment?
Are you?
All right, O'Connor. Let's see what you got.
The men we're after are professional runners. Don't ever let them get in the cars.
We just jumped to the top of the wanted list. We gotta keep running.
Running ain't freedom.
You're going down, Toretto.
Big mistake.